Good day students, welcome to my class. Today we'll be discussing about the basics of marketing. Let's start with the class. Outline for today's lecture. What we'll be discussing today? We'll be discussing three basic things today. That is the basic concepts of marketing, the nature of marketing, and the scope of marketing. So let me ask you a question, dear students. What do you think marketing is? So whenever the first question comes into your mind, what marketing is, what kind of an image rises in your mind? Maybe if I'm not wrong, you must be thinking a guy with a tie and a suit, maybe in a bag in a hand, on a shoulder, something like this. Oh, let me tell you students, this is not the truth. This is not marketing all about. Actually, that is sale. Sale is the subsidiary part of the marketing. So the question still arises, what marketing is? Let me clear your doubt. Here it is. Actually, marketing consists of a lot many things. It consists of 4 P's. That's product, price, place, promotion, people, processes. Not even the 4. Actually, there are 7 P's and some 3 C's. But still it's not enough. If we take only promotion as a part, you can see sales as a promotion, electronic promotion, direct marketing, public relation, personal selling, and the advertising. So it's a broader concept, but in our syllabus, we'll be discussing a bit about the basics of marketing. So are you ready, students? Let's discuss about it. So before we start discussing what is marketing, let's discuss about the market. What actually the market is, how market came into the existence, and how it has started with the marketing. Let me tell you one thing. As a citizen of any nation, government is the center of any market. Say for an example, if any company is looking for the electricity, whom they will approach first? The government. If they're looking for a road, who they will approach? The government. Anything, it may be the organic product, it may be the natural product, or anything. The government is in the center because the first right over the nation's product belongs to the government. Say for an example, how does this market is organized or it is run? Say for instance, if you want to manufacture electricity, so you need water or you need a coal, whom you'll approach? The government. So at the top, you will see that there is a resource market. Government generates the resources or it gives the resources on lease to the other players of the market. This resources goes to the manufacturer. Manufacturer manufactures the product. Say for example, from the petrol, you are manufacturing the plastic or any other raw material. This manufacturers gives this raw material to whom? They give it to the intermediary market. Who are those? The retailers, the wholesalers, and many other persons. This intermediary market sells to the consumers. What consumer do? Consumer pays the money. So again, they are manufacturing the resources and government is earning what? So government is earning the taxes from what? Service money they are obtaining. So this is how the entire market goes on. Government is in the middle. They create the resources. Those resources are been given to the manufacturer. Manufacturer again give it to the intermediary. Intermediary sells to the consumers. This is how the market has been started. And what they are supplying? They are supplying the money. Okay, so what do we learn from this? We learn that there are basically 4 types of a market. The first is your consumer market, second is your business market, third is your government market, and fourth is your global market. When I say global market, it means the international market we are talking about. Second, what we are talking about? We are talking about exchange and the transactions. First, for exchange and transaction, what we need? So there should be at least 2 parties. One should be the seller and one should be the buyer. Second, each party has something that might be value of other party. Say for example, if someone is giving you the stones in exchange of the pebbles, you may agree, you may not. Somebody is giving you diamonds in the exchange of the vegetables. Maybe the vegetable seller might get ready, but the diamond exchanger won't get ready because it's not a barter system. Each party is capable of communicating and delivering. You cannot show something else, you cannot sell something else. What has been shown, you have to sell the same thing. So here comes the role of the advertising. Whatever you are showing in the advertising, it's a promise made by the marketer to deliver the goods to its consumers. Each party accepts or rejects the exchange offer. Say, for instance, you go to the vegetable shop and the vegetable seller says, okay, I'm selling 20 rupees kg potatoes, but it's your choice whether to buy it or to not. Say, you tell him, Bhaiya, give it in 15 rupees, and he says, no, I will sell it in 18 rupees. So it's your choice to buy it or not. So there are basically the four conditions. Now comes the definition. The definition of marketing. Now, dear students, remember that in your examination, you will be getting the different form of definitions. Which definition has been asked? Read it very carefully. Here we are only discussing the two definition. But say for example, in exam, they can ask you the definition of marketing. They can also ask you the definition of marketing management. They can also ask you the definition of marketing of social. So make sure that you're writing the correct definition. Let's start with this. Social definition. What is social definition? The word social came from the society. So what is the social definition of marketing? Marketing is a societal process because you cannot do marketing with animals. You can do only with the humans. Okay. By individuals and groups obtain what they need, want through creating, offering, and freely exchanging products and services value with each others. Second definition is of the marketing management. Marketing management is an art, science of choosing the right market, getting, keeping, growing the customers through creating, delivering, communicating the superior values. Now, students, as you know, there is a competition in the market. What's the correct form of a definition? First, what you need to do, sir, I need to choose the correct target market to whom I have to sell. Then you need to get those customers. How? By advertising. You need to keep them. How? By offering a right product. And you need to grow your customer. How? By providing the better services. And how you will do this? Creating, delivering, and communicating the superior values. Now remember students one thing, whenever we are selling our products, never tell that his product is inferior to my product. Always say that my product is superior to my competitor's product. This shows your brand value, and it also keeps a gentleman promise that you are not insulting any other brand to sell your brand, because it always says that raise your bar rather than rubbing anybody's else bar. So let's understand a simple marketing system. What marketing system is all about? There is an industry, there is a market. Fine. There are collection of sellers, there are collection of buyers. The industry sell goods to the market. The buyer gives the money. They both exchange the information and they do the advertising. Normally, communication in marketing means the advertising. Okay, kids? Next, now here it is a main fundamental that we'll be discussing today one by one, that is the nature of marketing management. Why marketing is important, what is the scope of marketing, there is a lot about this. I'll be sharing the notes even in the bio or at our Google Classroom so that you can get all the detailed notes about your subject. Let's start with this, that what do you understand by the marketing management? The nature. The first, marketing is the economic function. Now, students, how marketing is the economic function? Because marketing includes the advertising. When the manufacturer manufactures the goods, gives to the wholesaler and the retailer, and further they sell it. There is a demand in the market. The consumer comes, the consumer buy the product. So the entire economic cycle cyclates. This creates the income, this increases the GDP. Hence, this is how this is known as the economic function. Second, it's a legal process. Now, can anybody tell how it's a legal process? Well, as I mentioned in my previous slide, that whatever the marketer is promising in the advertisement to deliver to its consumers, it becomes mandatory for them to deliver those goods. You cannot lag behind that whatever you have promised to your consumer. So it becomes a legal process. Say, for an example, you go to a restaurant, you eat something, you cannot say that I didn't know I have to pay for this. So it's a legal foundation from the both the end. Third, marketing is a system of interacting business activities. Now, as you said, you have seen in the market picture, there are so many markets that are involved in selling the kind of a products. Say, for an example, when government gives you the raw material or the source of the raw material, you buy from them. Then that raw material has been converted into the final product. That final product has been given to the different kind of a intermediary market, that is company outlet, franchisees, retailers, wholesalers, and so on. There are so many persons, and then that product has been sold to the end consumer. So it is interacting the different kind of a business activities. You must have heard about the term ancillary services. What are the ancillary services? For example, bank is not the core industry. Bank is the support system of the main business. For example, telecom industry. Telecom industry is not the main industry. Telecom industry supports the other industry formats. Hence, the marketing management, when creates the demand, it not only generates the revenue for its own company, but it also generates the revenue for its ancillary services. Hence, it's a interacting business activities. Third, the managerial function. There was a time when a fairy-wala used to go outside holding a goods on his cycle or on a cart and used to sell the product. But now the marketing management has become a technical job. One have to cite the information of the consumer, what they are thinking, how they are thinking, how they are spending, on what media they are consuming. Say, for an example, there was a time when there was no Facebook. People used to spend hours and hours on the television. So most of the advertiser used to advertise their product on the television. But our era changed, the internet came, and people started spending their time on the laptop and on the social media. After the mobilization of the internet technology, people started buying the mobile phones and people shifted from the laptop to the mobile phone. Now the people who wants to sell their products or the goods have to advertise. So where do they advertise? They advertise on their mobile apps. You must be seeing a lot of information on the YouTube, on your mobile phone, on your Facebook and whatnot, maybe Twitter, maybe Instagram, and so on. So now they are fetching all your data to understand how you are thinking and how you're spending your time over it. So this becomes the managerial function. Also, there was a time when the goods were being made in the factory and they used to sell to you. But now time has changed. Now the company decides what is the need of a consumer and then they go back to the factory, they manufactures the product and then they give this product to you. So it becomes a managerial function. Marketing is a social process. How it's a social process, students? Because it's a social process. As I said, you cannot do marketing with the animals. It's a two people job. They're trying and understand how you are dealing in the society, what kind of a clothes you are wearing, what you are thinking, how you are spending, what is the cash you are having. Are you spending from digital platform or are you spending from the electronic platform? So it has become more of a social process rather than a non-social process. So marketers are more interested in this kind of a thing so that they can sell you more and more instead of you consume less. Today marketers interested in the consumer who are spending more rather than who are spending less. Sixth one, marketing is a philosophy based on consumer orientation and the satisfaction. Remember these two terms, these are going to be used a lot in our future. So, what is consumer orientation? As I just said that the center of marketing is consumer. What consumer wants, what consumer watch, what does a consumer need, what consumer is ready to spend, because Spending plays a very vital role. It's a popular saying in the marketing that don't you serve the demand, you create the demand. When you will be able to create the demand? Obviously, when you know everything about your consumer. Say for an example, in 2008 and 10, there was a data that people around the world are using 500 billion SMS a day. That's a big figure. So how are they consuming? Because that demand was been created by the marketers. Today, that demand is no more because we have a free WhatsApp. There are tons of data that are being used by you and me every day. So everybody is watching. Have you ever thought that why WhatsApp is free? Why Facebook is free? There is no advertisement on the WhatsApp. They are using our data to cross sell the products over the different platforms. Because I'll give an example here. Say, for example, you go to Amazon or you go to Flipkart, you search any product and you don't buy it. And after some time, you visit a browser, you can see the similar kind of a product that you have searched upon. So, how do they come upon to know? They came to upon to know because they are tracing you, they are tracing the information, they are tracing the keywords that you are constantly searching. All right. Now, Cunningham in 1981 stated that marketing is a social process. Why? That cause knowing and understanding the consumer change, needs, and want. The first one. Second, efficiently and effectively managing the supply and demand of the products and services, because if they are not able to reach the supply, obviously your brand image would be disturbed and people won't be buying from you again. Third, efficient provision of distribution and payment processing system. Now this has played a very vital role. Even today, a sabji wala bhaiya keeps a Google Pay because they knows if you're not doing that, nobody is interested to buy the products from you. So a payment method also plays a very vital role. Next, that is a marketing had a dual objective, that is profit making and the consumer satisfaction. We have upon talk upon the satisfaction. It's necessary to satisfy the consumer needs, but at the same time it is also necessary to satisfy the company's profit, because the shareholders who have invested with you are determining a more and more profit with you. So if you do not have the profit with you, obviously nobody is going to stick with you. So it becomes a very important for anybody to earn a lot of profit for your shareholders, for your company, because profit is the blood for any organization. So along with the consumer satisfaction, there has to be a lot of profit for your company. How it is possible? It is only possible in a very simple way. As and when you are satisfying your consumer will buy more from you. So if consumer is buying more from you, obviously it is going to generate more sales. If it is generating more sales, it is generating the more profit. So it's a simple process. Satisfy your customer and satisfy your company's shareholders. It's a simple term. Now, the last topic for the today's thing, that is the scope of marketing. Now, many people ask, sir, what marketing can do? Marketing can only sell two things, that is product and services, or the goods and services. Well, wait. There's a change here. My dear students, marketing has a wider scope. Marketing can sell more than 10 things at the same time. Let me tell you how. Say for an example, there are goods, or you can say them as a product also. Like for an example, they can sell eggs, steels, car, for example, Maruti car, Hyundai car, Mercedes, this and that, many more. They can also sell the services. They can show the advertisement of airlines, hotels, barbers, and whatnot. But this is not the end, my dear students. They can also sell you the experience. Like what? The question comes into the mind. For an example, Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom at the Hollywood, at the Hong Kong, or maybe you go to USA. There are Disneylands. People are eager to go. What they are buying over there? Nothing. They are only buying the experiences. When you buy a $10 ticket over there, what have you paid for? You have only paid for the experience. It is a similar kind of example when you go to a mela and you sit into a big ride. Now, what have you paid for that ride? Only for the experience. What you're taking home over that? Nothing but an experience. Say for an example, you're going to a movie. You bought a 500 rupees ticket of a movie, and at the end of the movie, what you're taking home? Nothing. A script? No, but you're taking an experience. Next one is the event. For an example, Olympics, trade shows, sports event, IPL maybe. You can also advertise the events. It can include the sports event, it can include a holy event, it can include the Diwali event, and whatnot. There are so many events today, even that can be advertised. Persons, say for an example, celebrities, marketing by major film star as a brand ambassador, etc. Many products are today not sold by the product category, but they have been sold on the basis of the person they have been promoting it. Say for an example, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan was been promoting the polio drops. So it has shown an effective raise of the consumption of a polio drops and the decrease in the polio number patients, and that's a real effectiveness. Third, places. How can you promote the places? Remember, go Goa or a Bali in Indonesia. You can promote the cities, you can promote the states, you can promote the nations to attract the tourists, factories, company headquarters, new residents, like we used to say Taj or say Nainital. There are so many examples of that. You remember there is a special place in Gujarat near Sanand where there are a lot many factories that are producing the cars, including Tata, including Mitsubishi, and whatnot. You can also sell the properties like real estates. There are club membership. For example, in Surat, we have a Awadh membership or the Times membership. Or you must be remembering the Club Mahindra membership. Worldwide, they have hotels and they ask you to join the membership. And every year, they give you one holiday destination free to visit them. Even organizations can be marketed. For an example, corporate identity advertisements, like by using taglines, let's make things better, or by Richard Branson, the Virgin Company, the Phil Knight of a Nike are some identity. Fine, where they have been promoting the organization. I'll give a simple example over here. The IIM Ahmedabad, every management graduate dream is that they will go to the IIM Ahmedabad for their MBA. So that is an organization. Information like through encyclopedias, say for an example, Google today, CDs, visit internet for the information, this information marketing. This also helps a lot. Say for example, there are consultancy companies that are give you the information. There are research companies that give you the information. For example, AC Nielsen or KPMG. There are so many companies that are selling information today. Last but not the least, that is ideas. Like the buyer of a drill is really buying a hole. Actually, when you buy a drill machine, you are actually not buying a drill machine, but you are buying a hole. Church should market itself as a place of a worship or a community center. Now, ideas can be made simple. For example, event company. Event companies are doing nothing. They are simply selling you the ideas. What kind of a decoration it should be, what kind of a birthday party it should be, how bride and groom would be taking an entry. So this is a simple thing, but a very effective one. So marketing has a wider scope in the near future. You're not just selling the goods and services, but it includes the experiences, events, person, places, properties, organization, information, and ideas. Well, there is one more answer over the scope of marketing that we'll be discussing in our next class. Till then, what you'll be doing, you'll be going online, you'll be searching about some things, some ideas, some examples, and as soon as we finish our chapter, we'll be sharing the notes with you in the bio link. Till then, thank you. For any queries, you can write me over my email ID or you can visit my website and drop a query over my website. Thank you. Have a good day.